Hello, everyone. Welcome to the free live YouTube channel reviews. I know that this was kind of last minute. Usually I send about 24 hours notice when I plan to go live. However, I had room in my schedule today to do this live session, and I know that it's Sunday, so I know a lot of people have plans. So what I'm going to do is those of you who are here live, if you registered for me to review your channel, I will be favoring to do yours first. So again, I know I gave last minute notice, so I will give people a few minutes to trickle in. And as they are doing so, let me start off with my presentation. Now, if some of you are, if you've been, hold on, I'm trying to share my screen. If some of you have been tuning into my live sessions here for a while, I do always give the same presentation, so I never mean to sound like a broken record. However, it is good to get a refresher on some of these concepts that I'm going to be sharing with you to help all of you to grow your YouTube channels and your businesses in 2024. And so with that being said, if you are new to these, I do want to share who you are working with in a nutshell. My name is Ariana Lagunas. I do go by Ari the Creator. And you may be wondering, well, how do I know what I know? Well, throughout college, I was a 4-year TEDx intern. Also, I decided to invest $10,000 in Tony Robbins' Business Mastery, and that's where I learned a lot about business, how to build a brand, marketing, and currently I am a Kajabi expert. I built a 6-figure business very quickly right after college, and I used Kajabi linked with my YouTube to turn my viewers into buyers. So that's what I'm going to be showing all of you how to do today. Okay, moving on, making sure my audio works all right. Okay, so how this will work. So in order for me to review your channel, you do have to fill out the form down below. I will be favoring those who are here live. And so I might have time at the end to review those who are not here live. And if that's the case, I'll just send them the recording afterwards. But again, it is still good to tune into those people because there is a lot that you can learn just by hearing me critique other people's channels. And so many have asked me in the past how to leave a tip. There is a link down below. This is totally optional. I don't expect it, but it is highly appreciated. I'll also tell you more about the end about my YouTube Biz Accelerator. This is how I can help you beyond this live review if you would like more of my assistance and my guidance with maximizing the sales of your courses, coaching, memberships, by optimizing your web pages and your YouTube content. So again, I will share that at the end, but for now, let's see who is here live because I will be reviewing yours first. Let me also make sure, oops. I'm trying to make sure that I can see the comments here. I think there might be a little bit of an issue. If you're here, can you leave a comment just so that I know that the comment section is working? Okay. I think it is. If no one wants me to do theirs first, then I'm just going to pick from my list right here. There was a gentleman that was really eager for me to do his, so I might start with his channel. His name is William. I really hope that the comments work. Let me see. Does it work? Just making sure that there's no... Oh, okay, good, it works. Thank you, Marissa, for answering that. Okay, so I will start with William right here. And again, if you would like me to do yours, just leave a comment below. Okay, share screen. Oops. Sorry, everyone's having some slight technical... There we go. Okay, so the first person who I will be reviewing is William right here. So here, William, the first thing I will say is that here we have, I'm guessing that this is the name of your business. And so what I would recommend is that we add more details in this banner so that it's really clear what it is that you do. Because just looking at this, I have no idea what problem you solve and for who. So there is actually a free Canva banner template down below in the comments. And I would recommend that you use that. And when you download that, it comes with a video, a tutorial video to show you how to use it. But I would recommend a banner with a nice photo of you, maybe a nice tagline, and perhaps even a call to action in there as well. Also, with your profile photo, notice how blurry it is. This looks like it was taken on a really old cell phone. And so I would recommend that we update this profile photo. Everyone, these little things matter because we want William to be seen as the expert with this. And just little things like this, it kind of like, tones down the professionalism. So I would recommend new photo right here. William Hearn, I'm not sure what this stands for. I kind of want to Google it. Let's see. Test of English as a foreign language. Interesting. Okay. So if that is your niche, it's not, okay, so that makes sense. Let me read this right here. For more companies. Okay, one little FYI. So links here don't work in the About section. So I would recommend that we add this link down here, because this goes for everyone listening. You could just have a PayPal donate button. However, William, you're treating your channel like a business, so you could still have that, but I would recommend that we have your website here at the forefront. I'm going to critique this here in a second here, by the way, but I would recommend that we have that listed first so that we can bridge the gap between someone being a viewer and someone being a buyer. I have videos for all questions. Bonus. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe we could even add in here like a sentence about what makes you the expert in the space. So who is William? How does he know what it is that he knows? Maybe you have X number of years of experience. Maybe you have certain certificates. Maybe you've helped X number of clients that we can add onto here. But we could even incorporate some of this language in the banner. So I would recommend that, again, we create like a really nice tagline, maybe something like, here to help you earn a high TOEFL score in X number of days, or with, this certain process or system. Like for me, I have my 5-step YouTube business playbook. And so that's like my system and process. Maybe you have one as well that we can incorporate, but I'm not saying you have to do that, but either having that or like a time frame, like an X number of days, can really enhance the credibility here. So beautiful, you have your email address, which is what we want. Let's see what else we have. I would recommend that you add a trailer on this page. So everyone, oops, did not mean to click on that. So the trailer is kind of like people's first impressions of you. And so I would recommend that we have that so that if someone's landing on your channel for the first time, we can increase the odds that they will click on a video that gives a good representation of you. And so maybe you have like a video somewhere that just, briefly explains what this channel is about. Maybe something that explains like, how you help people, what problem you solve, and that even has a call to action to your website, to your paid products and services. So here's another thing I recommend. You see here how you have like your playlists? I would recommend that we like expand these out. So instead of having like each single playlist, you can actually, here, let me show you how it's set up on my channel. Okay, so notice how like my playlists, they're like stretched out. So when people see this, they can see the name of the playlist and also all the videos. I would recommend that we have that for you, because I'm always telling my clients that, your YouTube channel, it's like a content library. And it's good that you have playlists, because it's like you're organizing all your books into different shelves, but it would just be more efficient if we could like, see what's in those shelves. And that increases the chances that when people land on your channel, they can go on a binge session. So they see a playlist that's of interest to them, and they watch one video and another video and another video. These little things, everyone, it does impact the viewer experience, and it enhances it. So awesome. Okay, so I see that for a while you're doing really good with consistency. I see that we fell off the track about 3 months ago, and then you posted again a month ago. And even like 3 weeks ago, you fell off a little bit and posted this week. So with that being said, I would just recommend that you do your best to stick to a consistent weekly schedule where you post at least one long form. And it's normal, everyone, to fall off of track. Like even the past, like, what was it, like 10 days? Usually I post like twice a week, but I was at home visiting my family. And so you're always going to like fall off the track a bit, but just always do your best to get back on the track. So overall, William, you have done a really good job overall, but we could just be a little bit better with the consistency. And then also, I'm noticing that a lot of your thumbnails has your logo and your business name in the background. I wouldn't recommend that we have that, because one, you can't even read it because you're covering it, but also it doesn't tell us anything about the video, what it's about. And so what I would recommend is, and this goes for everyone, you can actually go back and adjust your old thumbnails. William, I would recommend that what we do is, if you're not familiar with Canva, I would use Canva to create like a whole new thumbnail. And it's good to like, I like how you have this photo of you here. This is all great. I like the sizing of this, but instead of having this, I would recommend a solid background where we have different text right here that just gives the video more context. So you'll look at, if you see mine, like a lot of them, like this one, like don't use paid ads, for example. Don't use paid ads, my number one organic marketing strategy. We want text that's intriguing, because psychologically what the brain is going to do is, the brain always like first is drawn by the thumbnail because it's so visual. If someone opens their YouTube homepage, the first thing that's going to catch their eye is the thumbnail. And then if the text on there is intriguing, then they'll go on to read the title. And then you did a really good job here. Everyone pay attention to this. He did a good job at having search-based components, but also he has intrigue. So I'm sure, again, I'm not familiar with your niche, but I'm sure that this is like search-based. This is like a keyword. We have the word test in here. And right here we have, it's just tricky. This is a really good combination, everyone. In the first part of our title, it's good to have like something search-based and then something of intrigue again. Because again, what the brain's going to do is it's going to read that, and then usually it's this last little snippet that sells them to actually click on the video. So that's important. So I would recommend that we, moving forward, have text on here. Maybe, and I'm not as familiar with the niche, but maybe something like, it's just tricky. Even that's good. Just something of intrigue that would be relevant. 5 tips to help you score 28 on your. It could even be something like try this, or my last video that I posted said not what you think. Oops, and now it's not loading. Oops, am I not connected to the internet? That's not good. Yeah, right here it says not what you think. Don't run paid ads until you see this. Watch before buying. You see how that's intriguing? So William, I would recommend that we incorporate that into many of your thumbnails. And just overall, some of these, like this one, the text is very hard to read. In this one, you see how small that is? It's very difficult to read that. And so just moving forward, just remember that when people look at your channel, if they're looking at it on mobile, this is how your thumbnails are going to look. Do you see how small that is? And so just keep that in mind, that we want big, clear text. Let me look at this video right here. Okay, that's an ad, obviously. Okay, so what I recommend is that we add more keywords into your description. I would recommend at least 200 characters of keywords. So like have like 4 to 8 sentences about, and make sure you have keywords in there. And again, I don't have time to like watch everyone's videos who signed up for these. But just remember in your videos to have a clear and effective call to action, telling people to click the links down below. Okay, let's see, 1 hour long. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is great. Just make sure that you have that call to action. And little side note, everyone. So I had a mentor one time tell me that those of you who are using Kajabi, if you're collecting payment, my mentor told me that it's a good idea to collect their address, because that prevents credit card fraud. Because what it'll do is, like, she was explaining how, like, if they have their address, like, they're less likely to put in a fake credit card information, because the credit card, you can like get more information about their address. So it's good for the two of those to match. But just a little side note, on Kajabi, the option to collect their address. And then also, okay, so you have terms and conditions, which is good. Okay, good stuff. That's a good page. You might even want to consider making like a whole landing page for this. Right now, this is just the checkout page, but it might be a good idea to have something like, here, let me show you. Like a whole like page where there's like a video and a headline, and there's more information about the product. Checkout page is good, but usually this is what sells people. This gives them more context, more testimonials. It addresses FAQs. So that's something for you to consider. And if you want help with that, just let me know. But pass it. Okay, good. We have a video here. Maybe even a sub headline here would be great. Just telling people what they can expect, maybe like an X number of days, or with this certain process. Click here to pass your exam. Ooh, this is a lot of text right here. So there's a lot of text right here, William, and I would recommend that we condense this down. Or you could even have it to where, like, you see how mine has text as well, but like it's very digestible because it's in bullet points, there's pictures. I made it as short as possible. I put things in like little boxes. Perhaps we can do that for you. just to make this less overwhelming, because I'm telling you, it's not very likely that people are going to read all of this. They say that walls of text like this is kind of like people just run into it. It's too much to digest at once. So perhaps we can, make this more appealing, especially for people who are visual. Not seeing like pictures on here, it's just gonna decrease the odds that they'll actually pull out their credit card for this. For yourself in the oh, good. Here we have in 30 days. Beautiful. Good. This is irresistible. Awesome. Yeah, this overall looks like a great offer. Awesome. We have testimonials. Yeah, this is good, but it took me a long time to get to this point down here. You see that? I would even bump this up towards the top. This section here. This section here is great because it gives people more information about the offer. But no, this looks great. This is good too. Maybe we could even bump this up, because these are like your offerings, but you see how it takes people a long time to actually get there. So that's what I recommend for that. I could keep going on and on about your website, but I could talk about your website for an hour, but just for the sake of time, I do need to move on here. Okay, so right now I have the settings turned on to where like YouTube will automatically add captions, but I would recommend that you manually add in captions. There are some really good tools like CapCut that you can use. And this goes for everyone because most people will watch shorts on their cell phone. And believe it or not, the majority of people don't have the sound on because, they're on the bus or the baby's sleeping or, like they just don't want to disrupt anyone. Maybe they're at the hair salon waiting for their appointment. And so by adding captions, you can increase the average view duration, thus increase the number of overall views it gets, and that leads to more subscribers and over time more clients. Okay, this, William, I would recommend that you experiment with going live. This goes for everyone. So there is it's been around for a while, but YouTube's really starting to promote it right now, is YouTube Shorts Lives. And so what you can do is, and that can help you reach a wider audience. There's some people who are reluctant to go live because they're afraid that, oh, no one's going to be tuning in to me while I'm going live. And the thing is, if you go live like horizontally, like I'm doing now, this isn't like a shorts live stream. If you go live like this, then YouTube will recommend it like a regular video afterwards. But if you go live with shorts, it'll actually show it to a wider audience. And so I tried to go live yesterday, but I actually had bad internet. But I was live for like 1 minute, but 54 people tuned in, even though like the footage was so glitchy because my internet was bad. But maybe, William, that's something that you can consider. And even when I was doing that, everyone, I got 2 subscribers from that. But I would recommend using your community tab, posting lives, both horizontal and shorts, and then just continue to be consistent, focus on your topics, thumbnails, and titles, and then always have those calls to actions that lead people to your page, which we will clean up and you'll get more conversions that way. So awesome, William. I hope you found that helpful. Here, let me just mark you as completed. If anyone wants me to do theirs next, just leave a comment as I am closing all these tabs that I had open for William. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to pick another person to go next. Here I have Melissa. Melissa did not put her last name. I think it's Melissa Louise. So Melissa, I'm going to be doing yours next. Melissa's in a very interesting niche here. Let me show you. Okay. First thing I'm going to say, Melissa, is, so right now, as everyone can see, here we have Melissa. I have her website pulled up right here. We have the Pleasure Studio. And so first thing I do want to tell you is I've worked with a couple people in the past in this sort of niche. I do encourage you, whenever you post content, just be aware of the YouTube community guidelines because, again, I've worked with someone in this niche. Actually, too, I got on a one-time call with someone, and you just got to be careful with the algorithm. Just be careful of what you say. You got to kind of have to have a filter for this kind of stuff. And so it would just be unfortunate for your channel to be taken down or a video to, be taken down after you put all this work into it. But here we have the Pleasure Studio. I would even recommend adding a tagline to give people more context on what you mean by that. And again, be careful with how you phrase that, but maybe like just something more clear about what problem you solve and for who. So if someone lands on this page, they can get a sense of what you're going to talk about. However, let's just make it more clear and concrete. And a good template that you can use is I help this type of person solve this problem or reach this desire. So if you, let's say you hypothetically help women, I help women, and you could even be more specific. I help women in their 40s to, and you could phrase that the way that you want. But yeah, no, this is good. Here, let's focus on your channel here. So biggest thing is there is a free banner template down below. I do like your banner a lot. I do like the branding of it. But one thing I will say is that your channel is a little bit repetitive with this photo. Like, look at this right here. Like, all of these videos look very similar between each other. And it's a nice photo, but it's just at a point where it's a bit too repetitive. So I like it in the banner, but just moving forward, maybe for the thumbnails, we can always have a different, we can take some different photos. Maybe you could do a photo shoot and get some variety in here. But no, overall, it looks really good. I do like the photo. It's just there too often. Something else I'd recommend is, like, right now you have 62 videos. I would recommend that we organize these into different playlists. And because I was telling the gentleman before this, William, same thing. You have this content library, and we can organize your library into different labeled shelves, as I call them, because the first place people are going to go is your homepage when they land on your channel. And so on your homepage, if we have those playlists displayed, then it can enhance the viewer experience. Little side note as well, I just noticed this. Let's add in an about section. So let's explain in here what problem you solve and for who is Melissa, what makes her the expert. And I would also have a call to action in there, because here we have your website, but it's not linked right here. And that little detail right there can help you better bridge the gap between someone being a viewer and someone eventually being a buyer of what you offer. And I would also recommend putting your email in here, because that will lead to opportunities. Potential clients will reach out to you, maybe someone who wants to interview you, or just other stuff as well, like other collaborations. Like, I know Kajabi reached out to me because I made my contact information very apparent right here. And yeah, I mean, that can happen for you too. Maybe someone reaches out to you and it leads to opportunities. Oh, cool, you're in Australia. I used to live there back in 2019. Wow, this tea is very hot. I took a big sip. Anyway, yeah, let's beef up that about section. Let's add some playlists. Let's add some variety to these. I would even recommend that for a lot of these, we have more context in the thumbnail about what the video is about. So I would recommend that we add text on here, like something like intriguing, something to let us know what the video is about. Like, for example, here we have 3 relationship pillars. Maybe we can have just intriguing text on there saying something like, which one are you? Which one are you? And because when people see that, they're going to be intrigued. They're going to be like, which one am I what? And then they're going to see, oh, relationship pillars. I see what she's going to talk about. So I was telling William about this beforehand. Let me show you something. Like, on my channel, the last video that I posted was like not what you think. And there's like an arrow and there's like intrigue. It's like, oh, what is that? And then it's like, if I started on YouTube in 2024, I would do this. So it gives it some more like context. So that's what I'd recommend. If I saw this video, like if I was subscribed to you and I saw this video and I watched it and I really liked it, then I might be like, oh, like I really like Melissa. I can't wait for her next video. But if YouTube recommends me this video and then this video, I'm going to think, oh, I already saw that because the thumbnail is the exact same. Okay, thanks for tuning in, Alejandra. I'm reading your comment below. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would recommend. Let's see. Let me look at something else here. I would also recommend just more context in the title. So I'm not sure what this is, but maybe we could just add in some more keywords to this. Let me see. In this short video, and I should review what we will be putting in our workshop. Okay, so I see now that you're talking about what you're going to be discussing in a workshop, but maybe like instead of like having it in the video, and again, I don't know what you're going to cover in the workshop, but maybe we could just add more context. Like here I have, like right here, like let's say the workshop in the video was about sex, intimacy, and, relationships. You could even add those keywords in the title so that before people click on it, they know what's going to be discussed. Go here to send an email or register. So in the video, which I'm sure you did, you want to have that call to action telling people to click the link down below. Let's see here. Have any questions? So it is good for an event like this to send people to a landing page. So I see here that we have a contact form, but we could definitely have some more here. If you're talking about an event, it probably would have been a good idea to have a page with more details about the day and the time, maybe a video of you explaining what was going to be covered in the workshop, just so that people know what they're signing up for. So little stuff like this, everyone does prevent someone from being a viewer to being a buyer. So yeah, I would also my biggest advice for you is to focus on relevant topics that your target audience is searching for. Have a variety in your thumbnails, but have text in there. Text that creates intrigue. Add more keywords into your titles. I would have better landing pages to direct people to. And then also, this sounds like really simple advice, but I would post more consistently. I see we fell off the track here. You've been really good this past month, but the past 4 to 9 months, we fell off track a bit. And when you're posting these types of thumbnails, the text is very hard to read. It's very thin and it's very small. So I'd recommend bigger text. I wouldn't have this cursive. I know that it probably looks and feels really good to you, but if people can't read it, then they're not going to click on it. So it's a nice font, but it's just difficult to read, especially the thin white. You see where your arm is looks really white because of the sun. It makes it really difficult to read. Okay, so shorts. Biggest advice for you, let's just post them more consistently. Let's give value to your target audience and address specific questions that they have. I would recommend that you post in your community tab and you also explore going live, especially with shorts. There is a newer shorts feature where you can go live from shorts, and it does help you reach a wider audience outside of your 414 subscribers. So perhaps that is something that you can explore. And I can go on and on about your landing page, but one thing is I would recommend a video towards the top. That increases conversions by over 80%. I would add in a headline here, again, saying what problem you solve and for who. Before you introduce yourself, again, I would give people more context about what you do, what you offer. Take a peek here. What am I taking a peek here at? Oh, okay. So this is to a retreat, it looks like. So a lot of your, this page here, could, again, use a video. And on your homepage to get people here, I would it's not a bad page. This is actually really well done. I would change out this background because this text is hard to read. But overall, let me go back. I would give people more context before this button about what it's going to take them to. I would get rid of this background. You see how this is hard to read? I don't know, you see, I don't, until I scroll down here, I don't see women's retreat. So I would maybe make this background so that it doesn't move like that, so that it's easy to read. And then I would make it more clear about what this button's going to go to. It's not you see how there's a disconnect with this section? Yeah, but overall, this isn't a bad page. I mean, I could really dive into the nitty gritty here, but even by adding in that video, then you can do really well with this. So yeah, okay, beautiful. So Melissa, I hope that was helpful. Here, let me stop sharing. I hope that was helpful. Let me close this. I thought I almost closed out of StreamYard. Okay, so there's Melissa. If anyone wants me to do theirs next, just leave a comment down below. But if no one does, I will pick someone at random. All right, let me pick. Let's see. I have this gentleman here. Okay, I have Ryan Carthage. I will do next. Ryan is in the trading niche. So here we go. Okay. So this is Ryan's channel right here. We have the Forex Trader Room. First thing I'm going to say, Ryan, is that this text is extremely small. I would blow this up as much as you can. Where traders come to learn the skills to be consistently profitable. Yeah, this is good. I would just make it bigger. And also, I would specify if you help beginners, people who are more established, or both. Usually I find that people in this realm, this niche, people focusing on trading, crypto, investing, I find that when I talk to them like in person, usually like they help a particular skill level. So they just help beginners or they just help people who are experienced. If that's the case with you, let's make that clear here. You could even say where beginner traders come to learn, or where experienced traders or top traders come to learn. And yeah, let's make that really big. You see how nice and big this text is? Let's make it nice and big here too. And then also I'm noticing here that we have new live videos weekly, which is true for the most part. We fell off track maybe 3 weeks ago. We didn't get a video, and then 1 week ago. So that goes for everyone. If you claim in your banner or in your about section that you post on a consistent basis, let's say every Wednesday at 5, like make sure that you just like stand up to that, because we don't want people like, expecting a video every week, and if it's not delivered, then they can be, kind of upset about it. Like you want to treat your if you do want to commit to consistency, treat it like a TV show where you're always going to post new content at that specific day and time. Okay, so I'm curious if we show your face in any of these. I actually worked with a channel just like this where they were never like showing their face. It was just B-roll and audio. And so I'm guessing that that's you as well. But if it's not the case, I'm seeing your face down here. I'm assuming that this is you. Maybe if that's you, we can always have a photo of you in the thumbnails, because just looking at this, if I were to come across this channel, I don't know like the face to the brand. I'm seeing like all these different people, and so that can kind of dehumanize it, because it's a bit confusing like who the channel is for. Maybe we could even just have a photo of you, so that if someone subscribes to you and the video pops on their feed, they're like, oh, it's another one of the Forex Trading Room. It's another one of their videos. But otherwise it might be like, oh, who's that person? I'm assuming that these are random like stock images. So that's what I would recommend. And if you do want to show your face, I would put a picture of you here instead of that logo. Let's see. Welcome to the Forex Trading, your pathway to consistent profit. Yeah, that's good. So this is a good about section. And again, if this is somewhere where you want to share your personal information, you can maybe say like, hey, my name's Ryan. I have X number of years of experience. I've helped X number of people. And just by adding that in, it can add more like humanization, more credibility to what you're doing here. I'm going to check out your links in a second here, but I do want to review your content. So let's see here. So right here, I see you have this as your trailer, which is 39 minutes. I would recommend that maybe we could choose a different video for this, because this seems to be like more of a, in-depth tutorial video. Maybe we can have like a different video where it's more so, explaining like the overall mission with this channel. And perhaps you could even have like a call to action in there, directing people to your paid products and services, because this is just a long video, and the trailer, it's like people's first impression of you. And so this video right here is like very content heavy, I can tell. And maybe it would be better just to have like a more like concise, maybe even 5 to 6 minute video. It doesn't have to be where you're like explaining, oh, this is the mission of the channel. Like it could be just like a shorter video to give people a sense of what you have to offer. So maybe even like this 2-minute video could make a better trailer. Again, I didn't watch it, so I'm not sure like the context of it, but I would recommend that. And then everyone, when you're organizing your homepage, it's best to put shorts at the bottom, because if someone lands on your YouTube, we want to hook them into your long form content. Ignore this For You section. YouTube, this is like personalized for everyone's. I don't even like regard that. But right now we have shorts, and then we have videos down here. And what you could also do is your playlists here, you could even display them on the homepage. I would display them so that people can see more of your content. Right now, we're only displaying your last 5 videos. There's an arrow here where they could see more, but I keep showing my page as an example. I showed the last two people, but it's all relevant advice. You know, like for me, like I have like, you see how you could see like all my playlists like spread out? That way, when people come across my channel, if they gravitate towards a specific playlist, then they can go on a binge session, and it improves the user experience. So this one, the swing volume 10. I'm curious what these videos are about. So again, I'm not like an expert with this niche. I've explored trading. However, the swing value 10 week of March 17th weekly outlook. I would recommend that instead of having like this, like I would give it more context, because if someone like we want someone to be able to watch this video even if they didn't watch like the last 10 ones. Like when I look at this, like I'm not sure what it's about. Maybe that's just because I'm not familiar with the niche, but the swing volume 11 weekly outlook. Maybe we could just give more context about what the video is about. Like this video was about dollar strength and inflation fears. I actually saw a video like from Graham Stephan. So I'm going to show you Graham, for example, because you probably heard of this guy, but he's always giving like different updates. Like, for example, this one, bank failures are coming, do this ASAP. So you see how he's giving like different updates, but it's like intriguing. But whereas, yours over here, it's like, you know, like it's not as like intriguing because it seems like I need to like watch volume 1 before I move on. That's a great question, Melissa. I'm going to get to you in a second after I finish reviewing Ryan's channel. Great question in the comments, Melissa. But yeah, Ryan, that's what I would recommend is, you know, like we want people to watch just your video on its own, and we want it to stand alone independently. So this one, for example, the financial crisis no one is talking about. You see how like simple yet effective this is? Maybe we can have that for you. Like visually, when I look at this, it's like too much text on here. And it's just like, especially on mobile, that'd be extremely hard to read. So yeah, I like your branding though. You have like a nice consistent blue and green going on, which it's good to have like consistent brand colors. So Ryan did do a great job at that. I would also stick to a consistent thumbnail style. Like for example, if I were to like look at these 4 thumbnails independently, I would have guessed that they all come from different YouTubers, just because like, you know, the style is different. Even though the colors are the same, it's like we have different people. It's like this one's quite different than the rest. This font is different. So I would stick to consistency. Yeah, it is nice when you show your face. I'm sure people built an emotional connection with you when you were showing it. So maybe we could even go back to that. Let's see. I saw that you went live before. Good, you're posting shorts. Just stay consistent with shorts. Live. So something I'm going to recommend for you, if you're not already doing it, Melissa, this is good information for you. So there is it's been around for a while, but that shorts feature where you can go live. I mentioned this earlier, but I see some newer people are tuning in. So if you go live on your cell phone through shorts, you can reach a wider audience. So I tried to do this yesterday, but I actually didn't have good internet. So I went live for like 1 minute through shorts. And like I got like 54 views and 2 subscribers in a minute, and the internet wasn't even working well. And so you can actually reach a really wide audience just by streaming vertically on your phone instead. Whenever a platform releases a new feature, you want to utilize it as soon as possible, because that is great leverage, everyone. I was talking to Ty Lopez in person, you know, really big YouTuber, really big entrepreneur. And he was saying like, yeah, I was one of the first people to use Google Ads. And that's how he was able to take off. Now he's very well known because of that, you know, because it helped. He got leverage. He doesn't just do Google Ads now. He talks about like business and entrepreneurship, but like he was like, yeah, like whenever a new feature comes out, you want to get on it ASAP. So what I would recommend for you, Ryan, is to keep going live. You're very consistent with it, but just try it on your phone. Try it vertically, and I can guarantee you're going to reach a wider audience. You know, everyone, look at this live right here. This live that I'm doing, I sent out like 2 email campaigns letting a bunch of people know that I was going live. Currently, as I'm speaking, I have 7 people watching me live, but a bunch of people are going to watch the replay. However, when I went live yesterday, I didn't notify anyone that I was going live. I didn't notify anyone. and 54 people watched. Isn't that crazy? And I went live at a weird time, like 5:50 p.m. on a Saturday. And so everyone, that's what you want to do. And I would recommend that for you. Ryan, we got podcasts, playlists. Good, you're using your community tab. Yeah, overall, I think you're doing really well. Just remember in your videos to have calls to actions. So have calls to actions in your videos. Drag people to the links down below, which it looks like you're doing. Beautiful. Let's check out your links. Good stuff, good headline. I would recommend adding a video on this page. I would add a video like, I would remove this text. I mean, maybe you can communicate it in the video, but I'm telling everyone, video on a landing page increases conversions. I keep saying it, but I'm telling you, it really does. So this looks like a really high converting page. You know, you do a great job of having bullet points. You really break down what they're going to get. But video, you know, someone may see this and they may be skeptical because they don't know the face behind the brand. So perhaps we can film a video of you explaining that, and I guarantee you're going to get more conversions. Guarantee it. Okay, so that was Ryan. Let me close my tabs. If anyone wants me to do theirs next. Oh, Melissa, you. So Melissa, that's a great question. So there are a lot of YouTube experts that are saying that you shouldn't do shorts. I actually covered this topic in my YouTube video that I posted this morning, and they do make some good points when they say don't post shorts. However, I recommend that you do post shorts, but you have to do it in the right way, because the point that these other YouTubers are making is if you just focus on shorts, then you're going to attract an audience of people who are just interested in shorts. And so when you try to post long form videos, it's going to be hard to bridge that gap between someone being a shorts viewer and a long form viewer. A good way to go about it is you want to have a nice ratio between shorts and long form videos. I'm telling all of you, you do want to be posting shorts in 2024. I was listening to one YouTuber and she got invited to like an exclusive YouTube conference. Okay, only like people with over 100 million, not 100 million, with over 1 million subscribers were allowed to go. And she made a YouTube video about it, and she was like, yeah, like practically all they talked about at this big YouTube conference was shorts in 2024. And so if YouTube is focusing on that, I'm telling you, that's what you want to be posting. But my recommendation is that you have a nice ratio between shorts and long form so that you're attracting both. Okay. And when you're posting shorts, one good strategy is to make your shorts search-based. Because on YouTube, when people are typing into the search bar, shorts appear. Let me show you. So if I went to, I'm going to pick a really random niche. If I went to YouTube and I typed in how to make brownies, because why not? Who doesn't love brownies? How to make brownies. Check this out. So shorts appear. You see this? And so you want your shorts to be search-based. And so the way that you do this is you have keywords in the title. And also you can frame some of these as a question. Like a lot of these, for example, have like how to, and they have like keywords like brownies in there. And so what you want to do, and I bet you, watch this, I bet you that these videos were posted a long time ago and they're still appearing in search. Look at this. Over 4 years ago, this was posted and this is still appearing in search. And a really good way to go about this, I have some videos as well. A YouTube banner. I misspelled too, and I misspelled banner, but it doesn't matter. Look at one of my shorts is appearing in search. And so I'm always getting views on this to this day. When did I post this? I posted this, okay, when was that? Okay, practically a year ago, and this is still appearing in search. But the cool thing is that this, I had a call to action in there telling people download my free Canva banner template. I'm still growing my email list to this day from this, but also I'm linking it to the long form video. You see that? So I'm also getting watch time and views on that long form video. So this is a really good strategy. Melissa, when those YouTubers are saying, oh, don't post shorts, there is a good way to go about it. You don't just want to be pumping out like just shorts to try to go viral, because even if the video does go viral, if you post a short and it gets 1 million views and you get all these subscribers, then if that video doesn't appear in search, then you won't get that continual long form growth. And if you get a viral short that isn't in alignment with your niche, then yes, that can hurt your channel. That can hurt your channel. The client I was helping before this, she was a screenwriter. And so one of her videos did really well, but she was like critiquing a movie. And in the video, she didn't really establish herself as the expert. There was no call to action. And so it was good that that video got views, But since that new audience didn't see her as this expert, they didn't know that she had all these paid products and services. And also the video was just like it was a bit more dramatic. She was reviewing like a movie. And so there was a bit more like, she was talking about like the red carpet and whatnot. And that's all great, but you see how that can attract the wrong audience. And that way, when she posts long form videos, YouTube would recommend that long form video to her subscribers, but they're not interested in it. Thus, it decreases her click-through rate. So if you have a channel and you damaged it, just let me know, because I've actually helped clients before to get out of that. There are strategies for that, but that's a little bit beyond the scope of this live. That would take me forever to fully dive into. Plus, it's dependent on, the factors on your channel. Okay. Does anyone want me to do theirs next? Melissa, I think I did yours already. I know you're here, but I reviewed so many channels that I forget who I did. There's so many, my brain is like, all over the place. Okay, the next person on my list, let's do Mahara Wayman. Alrighty, I'm going to do Mahara's next. Let me pull her up. If anyone's tuning in and they want me to do theirs next, just leave a comment down below. My pleasure, Melissa. I had a little tongue twister right there. My pleasure, Melissa. Okay, let's do Mahara. Okay, here we have mindfulness with Mahara. Discover your inner badass. Smile when no one is looking. So I like that, and that sounds great. Discover your inner badass. Smile when no one is looking. That doesn't tell me, though, what I'm going to learn from this YouTube channel. So when I land on this channel, I don't know what problem you can solve for me. I see that you help people discover their inner badass, but like, what will that do for me? What are the benefits? How will that transform me? My inner badass when it comes to what? When it comes to business, when it just comes to life in general, when it comes to my career. And so we could be more concrete with this. Smile when no one is looking. That's a nice phrase. However, again, I don't know, I still don't know what value I'm going to get from your channel. Smile when no one is looking. Smile when no one is looking. Yeah, maybe we can come up with a more specific tagline for you. Yeah, maybe I was reading Melissa's comment in the chat. Maybe we could do one that's more concrete and specific for what you do. Let me read it here. Welcome to Mindfulness, your ultimate destination for personal growth, empowerment, and living your best badass life. Yeah, that's a bit more clear. She dives into the stories of badass women. Okay, so this one here is really good right here. So we have here, let me make this bigger. So if this channel is focused on you sharing the stories of badass women, maybe we can even add that tagline into your banner. We could say something like, sharing the stories of badass women, but let's be even more specific. Like, what kind of women? Like, is there a particular niche that you focus on? Like maybe entrepreneurs, or one client who I'm working with, she helps badass women too, but it's very specific because she talks with previously incarcerated individuals. And so the more specific you are, the better, because this goes for everyone. There's so many podcasts out there, and there's a lot of podcasts that are using this type of language. And it's good language, personal growth, empowerment, and living your best badass life. But it's kind of come to the point where this language is used so much that it doesn't really hit home for people. And so what can we add in here, or how can we niche down to help you really stand out? I mentioned my client who was focusing on previously incarcerated individuals. I've seen podcasts before where they're just really talking to a particular person. Like one gentleman who I met at an event, he was specifically speaking to people in the Marines or in the military. And so maybe we can niche down on a particular person. Even woman is a bit broad. Badass woman, what does that really mean? I'm just reading this. Maybe we can even add something on here about who you are. Like, who are you? Who is Mahara, and how does she know what she knows? Does she have X number of years of experience? Did she write a book? Did she help X number of clients? Is there anything that we can add on here to increase your credibility? Links, beautiful. We have links. I would add your email here. So there's an option in your YouTube studio to add your email here. I keep saying that, but I'm telling you, everyone, it leads to opportunities to have your email nice and handy here. Maybe you have it in your description, or maybe I'm missing it. No, I don't see your email. It does lead to opportunities. I'm always getting like potential clients reaching out to me. I'm always getting, even like Kajabi reached out to me. So I would recommend that we make it easy for people to contact us. You could even add your Facebook or your Instagram if you have one, even for those people listening, because a lot of people do like to DM on those platforms. Okay, so Mahara, there is a newer feature on YouTube where you can actually have a whole tab for podcasts. Here, let me show you mine. So notice how if you go over to my channel, notice how I have a podcast feature. You see that? And so what you could do is in your YouTube studio, in the top right-hand corner, if you click on create, you can create a whole new podcast. And you definitely want to like have a whole tab on your YouTube just for podcasts, because especially this year, Google Podcasts is going to completely switch over to YouTube podcasts. And just by having that listed, they're still like making adjustments to it, but it'll be more likely that your podcast can be discovered. So I would recommend that, because these are mainly podcasts. And so there is a difference, everyone, between like, like this is a very traditional podcast versus like a full-on YouTube video. Like here we have the podcast cover, which by the way is cut out. You see how there's text cut out? So I would recommend, Melissa, that we have the podcast feature, but also I would fix these thumbnails. I would definitely fix these thumbnails so that we can see the text on here. And you could even make these a bit more intriguing. Here, let me show you something. I actually did a podcast with some past clients. This one in particular was with my client, Dominique. And notice the thumbnail. It's not like, this is a podcast. However, notice how I treated it like a regular YouTube video. I put like intriguing text on there. And I had like you have good titles in yours, but like, look at that. Like, I would recommend that you could even consider doing something like that. Because I see that like you're interviewing someone. Maybe we could just get like a photo of them and add it on here. I can guarantee you that will increase your click-through rate. So more people will click on it. It'll rank and search more. Because if I'm subscribed to you, it's like, in these types of thumbnails are always appearing on my feed. It doesn't really like intrigue me. Like, yes, it's nice to know their name. We want to know their name, but like, notice how I didn't even do that in mine because the text was getting them to click. So perhaps we can go back and change some of these. I know that sounds kind of tedious. At least I would recommend that we do that moving forward, just to increase your click-through rate. Let me look at something here. So everyone, I obviously don't have time to watch everyone's videos. I'd be here forever because I have a bunch of channels to review. But for you, Mahara, just remember to have your calls to actions in the videos. And that leads people down here to the links. So this link doesn't work. I'm assuming that this is your guest in the video, Sarah. Her link doesn't work. So we want that HTTPS. And you'll know if a link works because it'll turn blue. You see how all these are blue? That means that it works. We have your Instagram. We have a podcast series, monthly subscription workshop. So there's a lot of links here, to the point where like if I was looking at this, I wouldn't know what to do. And so let's say in the video you specifically mentioned your subscription workshop. I would try to minimize these links because it does become counterproductive. The more links you have, the less likely people are to actually click on them. So if you can, I would minimize those down. And let me review one of these for you. I know you have a lot of links here, but awesome. You have a video. I'm so proud of this. There's so many channels that I review that were just missing a video, and it's so effective. What I would recommend though is, it's great that you have this towards the top, but I would recommend that here's how I would do it. So this headline, that headline's fine. I would add in a new headline here. That's just more clear and specific about what this is all about. Here, let me show you an example of mine. Let me see, is this a freebie? Okay, so this is like a freebie. So for example, like I'm just gonna use this one as an example. Like you see how like this one is very clear what this offer is. It's a comprehensive program. It's obvious what problem I solve. There's a video and then there's text. I recommend that we have a similar layout. Here, let me close this tab. We have a similar layout here. So headline, video, and then we can add some text next to it. And then we can have like the form right below it. Let's see what else. I also have like, obviously you've all seen this page. I need to refilm that video, which is why it's not there. But you see how this one I have like headline, video is gonna go here, simple text, boom, they can sign up. You could even add some testimonials and about you, so that if people are just discovering you and they're like, oh, like, what is she about? Then it gives them that sense. So again, like, this is a freebie and so is yours. So some people may not need that, but some people may just be curious, like, who is this woman? Because let's say I send this link off to someone who I think could benefit from it. And they never watched your YouTube. That can help them gain that sense for you. And then let me look at this really fast. Grab access to the Becoming Badass Pod series here. I would remove this image because we could see your face right here. I would add a headline explaining, again, what problem you solve and for who. I'm a Hera Total Badass. So it's great that you're a badass, but it's good here. So this is good because you're explaining what problem you solve. Because when people come on a site, you have to realize that when people land on a site, they're asking themselves, how can this person help me? Well, how can I benefit? And so before we, say things like, oh, I'm a total badass, which is great. We can absolutely own that. We're going to make it really clear how you can help the viewer. And so you do a good job at that for the most part. Maybe you could even say, I'm Mahara, a total badass. Something like, here to help you become a badass as well. Something like that. Are you tired of? There's a lot of text right here. I would recommend for you that we have a menu, but more towards the top. So you see here how we have like all your offerings, and then like it's very like, big. I'd recommend that like under the video we have a menu. Now, mind you, mine is very like, I have simple branding for a reason, but like notice here how I have like a clear menu with everything that I offer, and it's not overwhelming or confusing. Here, let me show you another example of this, like video menu. It's very clear. And so perhaps we can have that for you so that when people land on your page and they want to know what resources you have, it'll just be like nice and laid out for them. This is like very blown up, these images. So having them, just rearranging the format of this can be very effective. Let's go back here. I'm about to wrap yours up in a second. Oops. Oh, I think I lost yours. Here we go. I would recommend that you post shorts. And so something you can do is, this goes for everyone. There's a nice tool that you can use because I see that you're doing podcasts. If you go to video.ai, even the free version, check this out. It'll even take like, look at that. It'll take like your interviews and it will make it into a short with AI. You could even get by with the free version of video.ai. If you eventually want, you could get the paid version, but I've been getting by with the free version for a long time. And it has all the features I need to do edits like this. So it's very simple. You just get started for free, and copy and paste your links, but that can help you actually get views on the long form videos. And so when you're posting your shorts, just remember to link it to the long form so that there's a button that appears on the short that leads to these. I get a lot of my long form views from shorts because I make a spin-off short and then I have that button that brings people back to the long form, and it increases my watch time and my views. So I would really highly consider that. And I would recommend posting more in your community tab. Maybe you can even consider going live, especially going live on shorts, reaches a wider audience beyond what you have right here. Oops. So yeah, that's what I have for you. One last thing is, it is hard to read this. Like, I understand that you were trying to like get people to listen to your podcast, join your group program, which is great. It's good to have calls to actions in there, but just like this is a bit hard to read. Maybe we could just have like a cover of your podcast right here and maybe like a different image, because I can't read that text. Business group program. Yeah, I can't read that text. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Alrighty. If anyone wants me to do theirs next, let me know. If not, I will pick at random. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I might do this Julia next. Okay, I'm gonna do Julia next. Julia Begbie is how you pronounce it. Julia Begbie. Okay, so Julia is in the interior design niche. So let's check her out. Okay, here she is. We have Julia Begbie. Recipe for a room, interior design pro tips. Got a nice photo of you. Maybe we can have a call to action in here. I know you have your website. What is this? Okay, let me close out of that. That was weird. Let's see. This is your website. You have your offerings, hourly rate. Okay, I'm gonna come back and critique this page in a second because we can definitely refine this a little bit. But maybe we can have a call to action in here, guiding people towards one of your offerings. Biggest thing for you, I know like you're newer to the game, you started posting 5 months ago, but let's really commit to a consistent schedule where you're posting every week or as much as you can. When I give that advice, everyone, that's like a good rule of thumb to post like a long form every week, but try to just do like the most you can. So having the most quantity without sacrificing quality. I was actually just talking to someone in the real estate niche. When was it? Thursday. And she was even like filming videos in her car. She even had some videos where she was showing like the interior of certain places and she was just like filming. I know that's not exactly your niche, but like, you know, maybe we can make content really easy for you where I see that you're doing different tutorials and demonstrations, which is great, but maybe we can even like, you know, like have more that we're doing. So just being more consistent with this. Let's see what we have here. I would add your email here so that potential clients can contact you. A warm welcome to all fellow design lovers. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. Design. Yep, this is very clear. I would even recommend that we add some pillars to your banner. Maybe we can have interior design, lighting design, and color theory content. It is good to have pillars in the banner. Let me show you someone just so that you know what I mean. Nick O'Brien here. If you go to his like, this isn't the best banner, but like this is kind of small, but you could see like, you know what to expect from his channel because he has like his pillars listed out, which are his subcategories. Maybe we can even add that to you right here just to give people more context about what they can expect from your channel. Beautiful 20 years. It's good. This is good that you have your credibility here. Perhaps we could even have a call to action telling people about your paid offerings down below. That would be a good idea. Biggest thing I want to say for you is that the text in many of your thumbnails is very hard to read. So for example, like I'm actually, one of my clients is in the graphic design niche. So I actually picked up a lot of things from him. And if he was here, he would say like, yeah, like this text right here, it's creating tension because when you have text, you want it to have like a solid background, but you see how like the text is colliding on top of your face. And so that creates a disconnect visually when people are trying to read it. Not to mention your blinds here are white, your shirt is white. And I know that the text is like a bit lighter and brighter, but it still makes it hard to read. So what I'd recommend is when you have like a video like this, you see how right here you're off to the side? I would have had it to where like you're off to one of the sides and then the text appears right next to you, kind of like in that image right there, but the text appears bigger and bolder, and maybe we can even give it a different color to contrast that white background. Yellow is good, but maybe even black, because even yellow can be hard to read sometimes. This yellow is fine because like the background is like, you see how there's like not a lot of tension here. So that's good, but that's my biggest like feedback for you. Like this one as well. This one, there's tension. You see like the white on white. That's not a good recipe. And then, you know, we have all these different colors like the black table there. So I would get rid of that box around it too. It's not really serving anything. I would do that for all of these, honestly. For a lot of these, there's collision. And yeah, biggest piece of feedback for you is just to post more. I don't have time to watch your video, but just remember to have a call to action in there. And we definitely want a call to action in the video where you tell people if you would like more help with this or more of my guidance, click the link below. We're definitely missing that from this video. Just that one little thing will bridge someone from being just a viewer to someone going to your site. We have it here, but the link doesn't work. We want that HTTPS : and you'll know that this works because this will turn blue if it's clickable. So little things like this, everyone, that could be the difference between, getting like no sales and getting like a handful of leads. So we want that in all of our videos. Okay, so yeah, it seems like you're focusing on good topics. I'm not like a expert in the interior design niche, but what I would recommend for you is I would study other YouTubers in your niche who are successful with this and model their topics, thumbnails, and titles. Topics, thumbnails, and titles, because I would focus on relevant topics, which I think these are, but again, I'm no expert in this space. And if you focus on those topics and you have thumbnails that are easy to read and you have keywords in your titles that are search-based, then you can reach your target audience with this channel. So don't ever guess if these topics are of interest. Always do research before you hit record. How to measure a room? The survey. Yeah, again, I'm no expert in this. I wish I could give you more information if these are like good topics. But let's go over to your site. Not Nate. Let's go over here. So for this, I would recommend that we start this page off with a headline. Something like, and you had something good here. Something like, helping you find a wide variety of interior design, lighting design, and color theory, if that's relevant to the website. You could even say something like, or you can have that there. And I would recommend that we move your video up. So we definitely want a video towards the top of the page to give people context about what the whole page is about. So let's have the headline, let's have the video, and then underneath it, we can have your menu. So again, my branding is super simplified, but like you see how I have a headline, video, menu. This is like, it's like a menu, like everything that you're offering. So you have a lot of the ingredients here, but let's just rearrange it. This is a nice photo of you. I would just make it smaller and put the image right next to you, kind of like how I have right here. Again, that's a nice photo, but it's just taking up a lot of like space. It's great because you could tell that you're the expert by looking at this. But yeah, let's just readjust this. Yeah, those are good photos. Again, like this isn't bad. I mean, it's not like too hard to read this text, but even like this black on black, you see like the black from this piece of furniture. So we could even add like maybe like a colored box behind it. I know that would cover up like the candles and whatnot, but this is like kind of hard to read visually. And so whenever we have text, this goes for everyone. We don't want like things intruding in the background. That is the difference between someone reading this and someone not reading this. Maybe you could even add like a colorful box behind this, which you could do in Kajabi. Here, let me show you. This is like something totally different, but like I have text here. You see how I have text, but I put like a white box behind it. Maybe we could have like white boxes behind these testimonials to make them easy to read. And one other thing, everyone, I know it's not as like visually appealing, but like it is a good idea when you're showing testimonials to have screenshots. You see here, like, and again, it's not as pretty versus like what she has right here, but it does add a strong layer of legitimacy because there's these screenshots. You could see, oh, these are real people. This came from Facebook. There's like a profile photo. So, and it's good as well to like have boxes around like the main parts that you want to draw out. If you have like a good testimonial, it's good to like highlight that so that people don't need to read the whole thing. So that's not as like overwhelming. So people can pick out, oh wow, 7 days. She made close to 3K with Ari. So we can maybe consider that for you here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I could really keep going on and on for you, but that is my main piece of advice. Just by cleaning up those little gaps, we can really, why does this keep appearing? That's so weird. This never happens. That's odd. Online interior design classes. Yeah, this is good. Even just having a video here can be great. No, this is a nice page overall. Having this menu here with all your offerings laid out makes it definitely easy to see what you have. So, you're doing a really great job. Let's just directly lead people to these pages in Kajabi. You could even tell them in the video, check out my library of courses down below, and we can lead them to this direct link. And that will help you bridge the gap between someone being a viewer and someone being a buyer. So awesome, Julia. I hope that was helpful. I know you're going to be watching this recording. If anyone wants me to do theirs next, just leave a comment down below. I'll probably do a few more before I hop off. Let's see. Okay, I will be doing, let's see. Okay, I already did Julia. Kind of want to do a gentleman. I haven't done a gentleman in the past like 2 times. Let's see. Here's an Andrew. Let's see what Andrew's got going on. Okay, I will be doing Andrew next. Andrew does not have a last name listed on here. But Andrew, producing in the box. So this is another niche that I'm not like 1000% acquainted with, but I can still give feedback on it. So producing in the box. This right here is Andrew Barr. Andrew Barr, producing in the box. So for those of you in niches that other people may not be like as acquainted with, like something like this, he's a music producer. It's still good. It's a good idea to have like a tagline that anyone could understand, so that like people can eventually send referrals and it's clear what your expertise lies in. So producing in the box, maybe that's a common phrase, with music producers, but for someone who's not in the music producing industry, like it's hard to know what that means, producing in the box. And so what I would recommend, Andrew, is that we have a tagline in your banner that says kind of what you said here. I teach music producers how to make incredible sounding music in the box. Even that is clear. I would put a tagline like that here, because also we're a bit repetitive. We have producing in the box in 2 places. And when we have like repetition stacked on top of each other, it doesn't really like accomplish much. So let's add a tagline here. I would recommend as well that we have a photo of you. This is a good one, but maybe something different than the profile photo. And that will just add a strong layer of professionalism on this page. I would also beef up this about section. So this is a great tagline, but let's give more context. How do you help music producers to make incredible sounding music? Do you have like a 5-step process? Do you help them do it in X number of days? Do you help them through your videos and through your courses? And maybe you have like a membership or consulting. Let's add more context on what problem you solve and for who. And maybe we can add maybe 2-3 sentences about you. What makes you the expert? Have you done this for X number of years? Helped X number of clients? Produced X number of songs? Because if someone's just coming across you, they may be like, okay, who's Andrew and how does he know what he knows? And when people want context on a YouTuber and on their channel, they will come to this section here. And again, this isn't totally like a make or break thing. You have grown to 20K subscribers just with what you have. However, like these little things do create gaps from someone being just a viewer and into someone becoming a buyer, because potential buyers, they do more digging before they actually pull out their credit card, as you know. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. We're going to look at it in a second. I do want to look at your content overall. Let's check you out. Beautiful. You have a trailer, videos, popular videos. Yeah, this is good right here. Maybe we can even add some more playlists. So I see right here that you have, a number of playlists. We have vocal mixing, Studio One tutorials. We have some reaction videos. I'm sure there's some videos that are missing from these playlists, but maybe we can add them. We can display them here on the homepage, because people really like underlook this. And again, you can grow without having like this on here, but it can really enhance the viewer experience, and it can increase your watch time, because if someone discovers you and they see a playlist that's really of interest to them, then they can go on that binge session. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, your thumbnails are really good. So we have arrows. Your text is easy to read. For the most part, there's little moments where it's not. Like this mud is kind of hard to read. This would be very small on mobile, that metal versus cinematic. So I always like to zoom out on thumbnails, because this is how it looks like on mobile. And if it's hard to read, then that's when you want to make it bigger. less is more. Less is more when it comes to thumbnails. And even like, here, I'm just looking at this. Yeah, less is more. Here, let me show you something. Go to popular here. Like, notice how like your most popular videos are very simple. Like one word, 2 words, arrow pointing. One thing I will say is that the background is kind of a bit much. So that's where I was getting at with less is more. It's just like a bit like noisy in the background. It works. I mean, some of your videos have done really well, but like when I'm like reading this, it's like there's so many like colors in the background. It's a bit overwhelming looking at some of these. Like you see how this one, like the background's very clean, like almost a solid blue. That's very appealing. Like I'm actually more drawn to that because it's like there's like less going on. It's more like digestible and appealing. So maybe we could even like have more of a solid background. And your audience maybe appeal to that because they know what that is. But just visually, I work with a graphic designer and he always talks about how like what I keep saying, less is more. And so maybe even just cleaning that up can help you to improve your click-through rate. But overall, I mean, these videos look really nice. You're doing good for the most part with consistency. We fell off the track a little bit about a month ago, which is okay. You know what happens? Even I fell off the track like a week ago because I was like visiting my family. And so it looks like you're getting back on track, which is great. Let me look at something here. Let me pause that ad. Okay, so beautiful. So this is nice that you have like one link and this isn't like super overwhelming. So again, I don't have time to watch your videos, but as long as you have like a clear call to action in there, telling people to click the link down below for your free workshop, then that can be really effective. And this is like a little thing. And I know you probably get a bunch of comments, but it is a good practice, everyone listening, to respond to comments because that can like trigger the algorithm more. Like I see that you hearted all of them, but even just like responding back, not only is it good for the algorithm, but it builds relationships. I've responded to comments before and it just leads to, like a shorter conversation. And then those people, they feel more emotionally connected to me and they eventually buy something then and there, or they circle back later on. Or I'll see them like keep commenting because, people like if a YouTuber comments, like if you commented to all of these with like a really, like genuine response, then this Jason guy may remember that and he could circle back later on because he remembered that you respond and he built like that relationship with you. So little things like this, everyone, does make a difference. So I would respond to comments if I were you. Let's see, shorts. Beautiful. So you are linking these to your long form videos, which is great. Beautiful. Let me look at something. Yeah, I would just commit to consistency. At least once a week. Let's try to post shorts. And again, I know that you fell off the track a little bit, which is fine, but shorts is really doing well this year. And again, there's a lot of mixed advice out there about shorts. But I was saying earlier, I was answering Melissa's question in the comments that shorts, you definitely want to post them, but just have a nice ratio between long form and shorts. A lot of people are saying that, oh, shorts hurts your channel, but it can actually be beneficial if you link it to the long form video and you also make it search based. So in other words, when people type in a question in your niche, you're appearing in search. I'm sure a number of these of yours, I'm sure like some of these are appearing in search over time. Yeah, this one did really good. Wow. Yeah, good stuff here. Live, I would consider going live more. Going live through the shorts feature on your phone does reach a wider audience. So maybe you can experiment with that. These look like regular long form lives. Playlists, good, you have them. I feel like these need to be updated because we have like over 295 videos and they're not all like a part of this. And it's good to do that because, I mean, you have like this whole content library and it's just like you're organizing your books into different shelves to make the user experience more enhanced. Okay, cool. You were posting on the community tab. People really underestimate this tab, but you have 20K subscribers and they're not all engaged in you. So they're subscribed, but they're not watching your content. And so the community tab is just a really good way to engage with people. Try running some polls. Like look at this one here, 102 votes. This can help re-engage people a lot. So they, respond to a poll, they answer a question, and then, that leads them to watching some shorts, watching some videos. And it's just a good way, like I said, to get people re-engaged with you. Let's check out your Kajabi. Okay, so this is the main one. And then we have like this workshop coming up. Want to learn how to get pro sounding vocals with a gear free guide. Yeah, no, this looks great. This looks solid, recording, producing. Then you're in the right place. This looks kind of off. Then you're in the right place. I don't know if this is needed or what this is accomplishing right here. Maybe I'm missing something. Then you're in the right place. Spotify ready productions, no matter where you are. One killer time. Yeah, this looks good. I would just recommend adding a video on here. So like, let's add a video like right here of you explaining again what problem you solve and for who, because I actually know of someone who was looking for the service. However, if I sent him your page and he didn't look at your YouTube videos or anything, he's going to be like, okay, who is this guy? What is he all about? And do you see why he would be much more reluctant to take any step forward? Even if it's a free workshop, it's like people do want to gain a sense so that they come into your free workshop with a sense of, confidence, and they feel comfortable with you because they have no idea who they're expecting. I don't even know if this is like a man or a woman. So let's add a video of you talking and explaining it. You have your credibility, but who is I? Who is I? You could go to the about section. Let's see what you got. Okay, this is good. This is good. I would even add this to this page, which you could do even on mine. My homepage is very like simplified for a reason, but I still have like an about section. So if someone sends them my page, it's like they get a sense of who I am, why I'm credible. So I would add that to yours. Let's check this out. Would you like to know how to get radio-ready vocal mixes? Good stuff. Yeah, this is very clear and specific. You could even incorporate some of this language on your banner. Radio-ready vocal. You see how I know, when I look at this, I know what problem you solve. When I looked at this, when I first saw your channel, I was producing in the box. I wouldn't have sent this YouTube page over to that person who I know who needs your service because it's not instantly clear, especially someone not as familiar with the industry. No, this looks really good. Watch my free workshop. Good stuff. In this masterclass, you'll learn. Yeah, no, this is really solid. I'll just incorporate those little tips that I've mentioned. So I see William, you are in the comments. William, I actually already reviewed your channel when you weren't around. You were the first one that I did. So William, I would go back to the beginning of this and I would rewatch it. You could just, on YouTube, you could just scroll the little bar over and then you can watch that. I did it when you weren't around because I favored yours because I saw your comment. When was it? Yesterday. So yeah, you'll have this recording too. This recording will stay on my page. Alrighty, so I just did Andrew's. If anyone wants me to do theirs next, leave a comment. Otherwise, I will pick someone at random. I think I'm going to go in male-female order, which is kind of hard to do because I'm seeing some names that are unisex. I'm just going to do this Diane. Actually, that link isn't working. Huh, that's weird. Let me try. Again, if anyone wants me to do theirs, just leave a comment. Okay, I'm going to do this woman named Elena. Okay, so I have Elena's page. Okay, beautiful. So I have, what's her name again? Elena. Okay, let's review hers. Okay, so here I have Elena. Elena, what I would recommend is that we add your name towards the beginning here. It humanizes the brand and it helps people put a name to your face right away. So let's put Elena, and I would put spaces in between these words for the search engine because YouTube is seeing this as one word. And so if someone were to type in Muslim travel, then this wouldn't come up at all because it's just jumbled together. So let's put Elena, and maybe we can have a dash or that vertical line, and then Muslim travel girl. No, this is great. One of my clients did really well in this niche. So this is really exciting that you're focusing on this. Travel does really well because people really like the glamorous lifestyle and they dream for it. So Muslim friendly travel DIY Umrah travel tips. Maybe we can make this a bit bolder. Yeah, let's make this bolder, and let's show a picture of you. Let's have a nice photo of you here in the banner. I'm assuming that this is the backside of you. This block is kind of blocking it, but I would honestly, let's get rid of this block. Let's show the beauty of this photo. You know, there's like this nice beach happening here, but like, let's show it fully. I feel like it's kind of covered. Yeah, let's adjust this because the travel niches, I mean, they do well with like imagery, and this one's blocked here. So we could maybe even add like a nice tagline. Let's see what we have here. Hey there, I'm Elena, the Muslim Travel Girl. I am the creator. Let me make this bigger. I am the creator of the award-winning Muslim Travel Girl. Beautiful, the largest friendly site. That's great. We publish videos that help you travel more for less, plan your Umrah in the best DIY style, and explore Muslim-friendly destinations. This is a really nice tagline. It's a bit long for the banner, but maybe we can condense this down and add something like this in the banner just so that it's very clear and specific what you do. And that, with a nice background, with a nice picture of you smiling where you're showing your face, is golden. Your link here doesn't work. Same thing with this right here. So links only work in the links section. So let's remove that, especially this one, because this one you already have here, but let's put that link right here just so that you're fully maximizing your income potential. Little things, again, everyone, like this matter because people probably aren't going to tell you that the link doesn't work. They're just going to keep going about with their day. So let's change that so that you can better bridge that gap between viewer and buyer. So this profile photo, it's nice because you could see the nice ocean. However, generally speaking, for profile photos, you want people to clearly like make out your face. Like here we have sunglasses on, you're a bit far away. And so as a general rule of thumb, let me show you some examples. Like you see Alex here, you see how you could clearly see his face. He has like a nice solid background. Same thing with like Aaron on demand here. Russell Brunson, like these are good profile photos. So we want the chest, we want it to be from the chest up. We want your eyes to be at level with the camera. So we don't want you to be looking up or looking down. And then from there, I mean, little things again like this, everyone matter. That way people can identify you because on YouTube, it is kind of harder to see like, it's harder to find people's channels. And so people will look over here on the left sidebar. This is on mobile as well. People will look here to try to find people, and logos don't always do the best. Text doesn't always do the best because that can appear as small. But I'm trying to find an example of a bad profile photo. Just, we don't want like any noisy background, any like bad lighting. It's a good photo, but again, the sunglasses and just the fact that you're far and the camera looks above you, just those little adjustments can help you with this. Okay, perfect. You have a trailer here. Awesome. You have a playlist displayed here. This is great. Everyone, you see how she has her playlists and you see how like you can see the videos within the playlist. This is great because again, people can see the different categories on her channel. And if they gravitate towards one, then they don't have to like sift through her library to try to like identify which of those videos falls within the playlist. Just make sure, everyone, that with playlists like this, you keep them up to date. So your newer videos, whenever you post them, just try to get into the habit of adding it to its right playlist. Sometimes people forget, and then before they know it, you know, their last 50 videos aren't in one of the playlists. So that's a task that all of you can do if your videos aren't currently in the relevant playlists. And again, that will enhance the viewer experience. And I know this because even in my own analytics, I noticed that a lot of my views are actually coming from playlists because people find my channel, they gravitate towards one of my particular categories, and they mainly watch the one that they're interested in. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you're doing really well. You're doing really well so far. I mean, you have good thumbnails. The text is easy to read for the most part. There's little moments when it's not. Like that word Prince is hard to read with that white wall in the back. You see that? Prince is difficult. And so for things like this, you can add like a block behind it. Like you see how this text here has like colored blocks behind it. Just for certain thumbnails, I would recommend that. Like this one right here, You could even go back and adjust this one. And I'm telling you, that's a difference between 300 views and 1.9K views, is just being able to read it better. This thumbnail is just a bit messy with like all of that stuff. And I know that this was all about packing. However, maybe even just like a simple picture of like a suitcase would be helpful. Less is more. And so by having less graphics, it's less overwhelming and people are more likely to click on it. So overall, no, you're doing really great. You have consistent branding. I'm seeing consistent colors, consistent fonts. Everyone, she's doing a really nice job. What I will say is that everyone, if a video is vertical and it's over 60 seconds, it will post as a long form. So you see here, we have this one as a long form, this one, this one. And so I'm assuming that you meant to post these as shorts, but they were just simply too long. And so everyone, these videos do much better in the shorts feed. And so rather than posting it as a long form, which you could do, but if you do, make sure to add a thumbnail to it. Or what you could do is just simply make it shorter, make it underneath 60 seconds. And then from there, it'll post as a short. So if you want to keep these, you can, but let's put a thumbnail on them because these aren't like, you see how it's not as visually appealing. You see, like I wouldn't want to click on this one. I'd rather click on that one or that one because it looks nicer on the forefront. And it also kind of creates like a, I don't know, it looks kind of disorganized in my opinion. Like if you have a content library and like all these have nice thumbnails, but then like some of these don't, like, I don't know, it kind of creates like, in my mind, like clutter. And it's not as like appealing. So again, everyone, this stuff does matter. It does add up. And it's the difference between someone clicking off the page and someone watching one video and then another one and then another one. So yeah, overall, you're doing really nice. Let me look at something here. Let's look at this one. Okay, good. Yep, nice background. Nice filming of yourself. What I would recommend is I would start the description off with this language here because YouTube does scan the first 200 characters of the description for keywords. And I see here that we have a link. And so it looks like there is some keywords in here, but it's just better to have the text first and then have your links right underneath it. So that looks good though. We have some other links. Less is more, again, when it comes to links. So if you didn't mention some of these, it would be more efficient to not like overcrowd the spot. So for example, if you didn't mention, let's say your do-it-yourself ebook, which by the way, the link doesn't even work. You forgot the HTTPS. Definitely go back and update that. But if someone comes here and there's all these links, it's actually counterproductive because people won't know which one to click. So if you mention something in the video, let's say you specifically only mentioned this free money-saving guide, then that's really the only one that you need. That's all you mentioned. Some of these are relevant because you're talking about like hotels and you're talking about flights, which by the way, I don't think this is a link that doesn't work either. Everyone, it really breaks my heart when a YouTuber is doing all these things right, but just the link doesn't work. It's like that one little thing, it can be the difference between 10 sales from a video and literally 0 sales. Because people rarely will tell you, unfortunately, that a link won't work. I cannot emphasize it enough. You know, before you post a video, make sure that your links work. But yeah, if we can condense this down, Elena, let's definitely do that. Let's get in the habit of responding to comments. Some of these you can ignore, like this is a spam one. I also ignore negative comments. I let my audience defend me with that one. That's a whole different story, but let's get in the habit of responding because that builds relationships. And also it's good for the algorithm. So right now this has 31 comments and you responded to some of them, which is good, but maybe this could have been a potential client. Maybe this one could have been a potential client, but they didn't take that next step because maybe you didn't address their question, or maybe they just don't feel as emotionally connected to you yet. I cannot tell you how many times I just responded to comments, started conversations, and then that person came back later to leave more comments, and then eventually they purchased something. So it does make a huge difference. And again, you don't have to respond to like all of them, but it's just a good practice to respond to most of them, especially those who you can tell can be a future client. Ooh, this looks really nice. This is making me want to travel right now. Look how nice that looks. I wonder where that's at. Barcelona. Awesome. Yeah, you're doing really good here. We have text on our shorts. Looks like you're being consistent. Yeah, let's just continue on with posting consistently. Beautiful. You went live before. Let's try to pick this back up again, especially going live through the shorts feed, which is a newer feature and it helps you to reach a wider audience. I mentioned this in this live stream already, but Elena may have not caught it, so I need to say it again. I was saying that there is a somewhat newer shorts feature where you can go live, and I actually tried it yesterday for the first time. And long story short, it didn't go super well because my internet was cutting out. I was only able to go live for like a minute before I, got closed out. But in that 1 minute, I mean, I had 54 people watching me in that 1 minute, and I got 2 new subscribers from a video that I couldn't even deliver because of the internet. But those 54 people, it was definitely a newer audience because even this live stream is long form, and I even told people about it. But currently, I have 5 people watching me live in this present moment, but a bunch of people are going to watch the replay. But if you go live on shorts, I mean, you can really be reaching a wide audience, getting your word out there. Talked about playlists, community, beautiful. You're using the community tab. Great, you're doing polls. Let's look over here at your website. This does not look like Kajabi. Is this the right website? Hold on. Okay, I thought you had a different website. It's probably this one right there. Let's see. So I do want to briefly critique your website. If I'm able to. Okay, this might be your website, so I'll just critique this. Welcome. This is definitely not Kajabi. Maybe it is. But no, this is not. You got ads on here. Okay, I'm wondering if you have like a Kajabi website. Because that was the main thing I wanted to review. Because, this is, I think it's this. If I can't find it, then that's all right. I hope that this works. This is Kajabi. Okay, are you looking to save money on Umrah? Learn the strategies that help me save. Good. Everyone, this is a good tagline. It's clear what problem she solves. She helps you to save money on Umrah. What else? You could see the clear return on investment. Learn the strategies that help me save over 50 grand. So there's return on investment. See, she obviously knows what she's talking about because she was able to do it. Yeah, no, this is great. You got a video here. This is solid. Everyone take notes. This is great. This text is a little bit hard to read. That's the only thing. Maybe we can bold this or add like a block behind this to make it easy. The way to sing in 5. Yeah, no, this is good. We got credibility. Everyone, if you have like logos or magazines that you were featured in, definitely add that. It adds such a strong layer of credibility and it gets people to trust you much more. Beautiful. This is great. Okay, this ebook is for you. Good stuff. Hi, Elena. I'm wondering if we have more that you offer because get your copy now. I see here that we have get your copy now. Picture this. I'm wondering if you have like any paid offerings. Okay, this is like your sales page. Let's look here. Okay. Yeah, no, this is good. This is a good homepage. I would just consider adding a video on here. This is good because like we have like a menu. If there's anything missing from your menu here, then you can add it. Like any freebies, any courses, if there's like an option to apply to work with you, if you have anything else for sale, it's good to have like a menu. I mentioned that I helped another client, which I actually mentioned her earlier, but I want to show you, Elena. This client of mine helps people travel as well. So she helps people to move abroad, and notice that she has like a menu of her offerings. So she's got a solid video. She's got her menu. This is another offer. Look at featured in, beautiful. We have all these links. Yeah, so if there's anything missing from your menu, let's add it in here. Let's add a video. This is a really nice photo. Man, this is really making me want to travel. Let's add a solid block behind this. This is hard to read. We don't want to lose people just because the text visually is difficult to read. But no, I mean, this is, overall, you have really good foundations. Just these little tweaks can help you get to that next level. Also, I would change your favicon. Here we have the Kajabi logo. So I would add your logo in. So in your Kajabi, click settings on the bottom left, click site details, which is the first option. And then also click on, so scroll down and then click on favicon. That's what it's called. So click on favicon and then you can upload a different image here. Again, this just adds another layer of professionalism, more branding. So overall, no, you're doing really great. So I hope that was helpful for you. Just stick to consistency. Make sure your links are working. Always give value. Always let your true lights shine. And yeah, you'll get this really to the next level. So my client, Dominique, she had 15K subscribers, but she had all these little gaps and it was preventing her from fully turning a viewer into a buyer. And so just by me helping her to close these gaps and she made an irresistible offer, I mean, boom, her business took off. So Elena, I know that can happen for you as well. So let me know, Elena, how you found this. I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. You have good content, you have good foundations, and it's like you have your launch pad for your rocket and you could just really take off. So I'm sure you're doing well right now with your business, but I wanted to give you that extra motivation. Alrighty, does anyone want to go next? If not, I'm just gonna pull someone up again. Let's see. I'm gonna do a gentleman next. I have Matt Minard. Pull up his YouTube. Oh yeah, I remember seeing Matt's channel for the first time. I actually did another, I reviewed another runner earlier. Check this out. So I used to be a runner in high school. I was a cross-country runner and I was also a track runner. So I actually know a lot about running, and I actually used to look up these types of videos, poor posture and the right breathing. And yes, this is exactly what I used to look up back in high school. So it's good that I have context on this. I actually don't run anymore. I have flat feet. So I had to stop running. I was getting like some foot and knee issues. But the point is that maybe I even saw your channel in the past. Who knows? That'd be funny if I did. Okay, so Matt, first thing I'm going to recommend is that we have a banner. Everyone, I keep mentioning that, like, you don't necessarily need to have a banner. I mean, look at Matt. Like, he grew to 45K subscribers without a banner. But just having that banner can add an extra layer of professionalism, credibility, and also it's just like you're fully utilizing the space of this page. By having the banner, people can understand what it is that you do in a nutshell. So here, let me show you something. I accidentally closed out of this tab. But here, let me pull it up again. So I'm always mentioning the YouTube house. So here it is. Oops. Okay, here it is. Okay, so for you, Matt, and everyone listening, your YouTube channel is like a house. And so all of these elements will help people decide if they want to stick around on your channel, aka your house, if they want to keep revisiting, and if they want to tell their friends about it. And so by fully utilizing these elements, then we can fully maximize, your potential with this channel. And so just by having a banner, it's like a good representation of like you, the channel, and the brand. And it's good in there to have a tagline of what you do. So I would recommend that we have a banner. You can simply utilize tools like Canva. And I would recommend like a tagline. Let's see what we have here. Maybe we can incorporate some of this language. On a mission to safely create and improve runners of all experience levels and speeds through empowering and education. Yeah, we can even come up with a tagline, something like here to help all runners to improve their performance or something like that. And maybe we can even have like underneath that, like different pillars that you focus on. Maybe like one is like breathing techniques. Maybe another one is physiology. No, posture is the word. Posture techniques. And maybe we can have one other pillar as well. But no, I actually really do like this profile photo. I think it's really good for your branding. Yeah, you have a good solid branding here. I would just recommend that banner. And I would also beef up this section here. So I would mention more about like who you are. I mean, I see we have all these like different titles for you, but maybe we can add more about you, maybe how many years of experience you have, how many clients you have, and also let people know like how you can help them. Right here, we have like a link, but notice how it's not like clickable. So I don't know what this is here. Let me see. Is this another link that you have? Okay, so let's make this link clickable. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. There's like a little video right there. So yeah, let's make that link clickable. And what you want to do is on YouTube, just add the link here. Is this something else? Oh, interesting. Okay. Let me just close that. Let's add that there so that it's very, very clickable and easy for your viewers. Let's see. Okay, so beautiful. We have different playlists, which are great. I like the ones of you like standing in front of that TV. This really establishes you as the expert and as a professional. Video shorts. Maybe what we can do as well is display your other playlists on the homepage, just so that when people come across this, they can like see the different categories. Like here we have this playlist. You see how it's like listed here. You see how it expands. Maybe we can just add on some more. So I would determine what your pillars are, and your pillars are represented by your playlists, and then we can display those in the forefront. Okay, let's see what else we have. So one thing I will say is that there's just a lot going on in your thumbnails, and it's not bad, but less is truly more when it comes to thumbnails. So we have like, you see how we have all this extra stuff? Like here we have your logo, we have these arrows, and again, it's not bad, but less is really more. Just by cleaning that up, it can be more visually appealing and people are more likely to click on it. If you notice, none of your most popular videos have that style of thumbnail. Look at these. All of these are like you, like there's a picture of you. Oftentimes you're pointing at something. This one's good. No, yes. I would go back to this style. Maybe we can have ones of like you running outside. Like look at this. This one's good because there's like intrigue. It's like no, and there's like an arrow pointing. Let's see. So let's go back to this. This is a good indicator. So I always like to look at the data because the data doesn't lie. And it's very obvious here that these were doing much better. I was mentioning that I actually reviewed another YouTube channel that was, they were focused on high rocks, which is like a specific kind of race. And so we were actually looking up running videos. And so if I type up how to, there was one channel that we came across that I really told them to model because they were doing an excellent job with their thumbnails. Here, let me try to find it. Maybe it was this one. I know this isn't exactly your niche, but that's an okay one. Man, I wish I could find that exact channel. Like notice like simple thumbnails like this versus that. I think one of your videos actually focused on like, you know, the heel and how to land on it. Excuse me. But like, look at this. Like these types of videos do well. I think it was this one actually. I think it was this one. Okay, so look at these thumbnails. Look at how clear they are. Look at how like there's arrows. Like look at this one. Perfect technique, and it's pointing. Stop doing this. You see how there's intrigue and there's like an arrow, and also there's like keywords in here. Like 3 worst running mistakes you need to avoid. Perfect running form. These are things that people are actually typing in. This is what I mean when I say less is more. Do you see why someone might be more drawn to click on one of these? Look at that. Versus like over here, if we go to your latest videos, then it's like, it's not as like appealing, and it's for obvious reasons. So I would be more visual in your thumbnails. This one you were, but notice how small that image was. You see how tiny that was? Like, let's really blow that up. And let's like have some arrows in there with intriguing text. I would honestly ditch this. I would ditch this branding, this type of thumbnail, and I would go back to like this and try to take like really quality photos. Like this is a good photo, but it could just be much better. Like model this guy. Like you see how like his pictures are very close up. They're clear. You know, he really utilizes the space. Let's try to do that for you too. Clear quality images. Less is more. These are very overwhelming, the text. There's just a lot on here. And you could still have these like presentation styles. You can still have that, but we like just by putting on a different thumbnail, that can increase your click-through rate. Honestly, Matt, what I would recommend, and this may sound tedious, but I would recommend that you go back and you adjust a lot of these thumbnails and some of these titles, because that can make or break a video. I'm sure your content is really great. You seem to really know like what you're talking about. And just by changing the thumbnail and the title, you can pick up more views on old videos. So let's try to model like this dude over here. I mean, he's doing really great. Before or after. Like this arrow, like this one could do really well. Like you see how this is like, when people see that, they're like, oh, like I can increase my time, my mile time. So yeah, I even think some of your titles could be better. Clear is better than clever. So people are probably not going to YouTube typing in push with a tush mini masterclass. They're probably typing in like, I'm trying to think, like perfect running form. That's probably what they're typing in. And if you focus on something specific like stride, then you can add that text in. Or if you're focusing on like the heel, then add that text in, and maybe we can have like a nice picture of the heel. I think he had one, but I can't find it anymore. But you get the idea. Let me look at something here. Okay, we're missing a description. You want to have a description in all your videos. So you want to have like the first 200 characters of text have keywords, and you want your links to be down below. So for example, let's look at this guy. Let's see if he did it right. You see how he has links? This is an okay description, but like we want to have like keywords, and we want to have like your links. So he had like one good sentence with keywords, but I would even add like 3 to 4 more sentences. And he has a lot of links here, but I would at least have like your link for your website. And in the video, I would have a call to action telling people, click the link down below to, access your free training, or to, what is this? Access the mechanics course. So yeah, you have a lot of good content, but we just need to bridge the gap between someone being a viewer and someone being a buyer. And if you implement what I said, then we can get more viewers, and we can turn them into buyers very effectively. Okay, so you're posting shorts consistently, which is great. It looks like it's consistent. Just continue to post shorts on a regular basis. That's all I'll say for you in this moment. Playlists, community. Let's look at over here at your, let's close this. Okay, let's look over here, the Learn to Run mission. I've never seen a video like this where it's like, that's kind of cool. I don't know how you did that, but that's good that you have a video on the page. To learn to help roller. So it's generally not a good idea to have your mission statement in the forefront. We want this to be more of a headline. So we want to communicate in a nutshell what problem you solve and for who. Because here we have I'm a little bit confused because here we have for clinicians and coaches, but I thought we mentioned in your about section on YouTube that you help any runner with any experience level. If you're interested in. So yeah, let's try to have like a more clear and concise headline. And then you already have the video. And maybe we could just change the format of this. Like this isn't bad, but maybe we can just like condense this down so that we have like the yellow right here, the blue right here, and maybe like the red over to the right. So I like when I say that, like I'm very visual. So I mean like maybe we can have something kind of with this format where we have the picture and then like the button right underneath it. That would just help people like see the broad overview more easily versus like having to scroll. These pictures are just very big. And then it looks like we have more courses down here. So if there's more courses down here, let's add that as another option in the menu. Okay. So I could keep going on and on for you, but I do need to end it somewhere. So let me stop sharing that. Does anyone want me to do theirs next? I've been going at this for almost 2 hours. Oof. The last live stream I did for, how long? I did the last live stream for 6 hours. Excuse me. Okay, if no one wants me to do theirs next, I might end with my concluding slides. Okay. I'm glad it was helpful, Monique. So I thought I did yours already. Okay, I could do yours again, Monique. I gave you a lot of critiques on the last one, but I'll do Monique's next. I gave you some good feedback in our call, but I'll give it to you again. So I did notice that you changed your banner. And so biggest thing is, I know that you used here, let me just show you. I can tell that you used my banner template, which was great. I could tell that this was like my old branding. I would recommend that for you. Like, it's good that you used my templates, but maybe we could just change some of the color scheme to match. Because I'm noticing that the branding's kind of bouncing around a bit. Like, we had blue on the back, and then here we started gravitating towards a purple, and then here we have blue, and then here we have this very vibrant red. So in that tutorial video, I don't know if you watched it when you downloaded the free banner template, but in the video, I mentioned that feel free to take out my branding and really make it your own. So I've had a lot of people where they used my templates, but it came out to something like very different. And so the main thing with that template was that I put the lines on there for where it cut off on desktop and on mobile. I would delete these lines. It's like a little thing, but I mentioned in the video to delete the lines right there, where that was only for your own visual reference, so that you know where it cuts off on the mobile device. But overall, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I just think the branding doesn't match with what you have. Like, here we have like a different feel and vibe versus up here. So perhaps we can adjust that. Maybe we could even get rid of this red background and put your own colors. And then this little black box here doesn't have anything in it. And also, this is my banner template. So this right here is like YouTube branding. This is like in alignment with my niche. Maybe for yours, we could take that out, maybe add some images of houses, because it looks like you're a content creator and that's not your niche. So perhaps we can adjust that. But biggest thing for you, Monique, is links in the about section do not work. So if you want to keep these links, let's link them underneath here. So this one, and then this one right here, we have Section 8 Rental Mastery, which I think you have, but I think these are forwarding to different pages. So let's get rid of these and list them down below so that it's clickable, because it's just very rare, especially for this one, that someone would type this in manually. So that's my recommendation for you. And then, biggest thing, I watched some of your content. Biggest thing, I know I gave you some advice with all of this, but let me just look at it here. Yeah, no, you're doing really good with consistency. You have a really nice content library. It's just mainly the branding that needs adjusting. And so what I would do is, just from here on, let's try to stick to a consistent brand look and feel. Oh, that's weird. I never had 3 videos on one line before. Usually it's like, that's weird. Anyway, so let me look at something here. We got an ad here, which we're going to ignore. Beautiful. Yeah, no, this is all like relevant data for your niche. There's just a lot of links here. So I would try to condense down these links if possible, because it is counterproductive to have all these different links, because the more links you have, the less likely someone is to actually click on one. So if you don't mention, let's say, for example, if you don't mention your like this offer right here, then there's no need to have it in this section. If anything, if you want to drive people to that, then you could just have it in there we go. That was kind of weird. That format was weird. You could just have it listed underneath here. But no, you're doing really well with consistency. In your videos, just remember to give that value and try to direct people to no more than like 3 different offers. So it's good to have like a call to action to a freebie in the beginning to get people on your email list. But after you give value, then you can have a call to action to the paid offer. Sometimes I do recommend usually having like 1 call to action to a paid offer, but there may be times, for example, when you go beyond that, like if you have like an affiliate link, or if you mention another resource that's relevant to the video, then you can absolutely add that in. But no, you're doing really good with that. I would commit to posting shorts consistently. Sounds like obvious advice, but it can definitely help your channel a lot, because YouTube likes to see when you're posting in more than one format. So you're posting mainly long form videos and you're posting in the community tab, but let's try to add one more, maybe shorts consistently, or even like going live can be really good for you. Try going live through shorts, because you can actually reach a much wider audience by going live in the shorts feed. It'll actually show it to a whole new audience for you. But Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. I would also, I know we talked about this, but I would have the application. I would have the application in Calendly, which maybe you did. But that's my biggest recommendation for you, because it does show that you value your time and you don't get on the phone with anyone, and that'll just help you to attract more qualified leads. I could keep going on and on for you. I know we also talked about your website as well. So incorporate those changes, and if you have any questions afterwards, just let me know and we can work through more, because I know you said that you're still making the tweaks that I suggested, so I'm sure that you're planning to do some of this stuff, but you just haven't gotten to it yet. But okay, I did want to end with some final words. So we did cover a lot today. It was the tip of the iceberg. And so if you would like more of my guidance, I do have my YouTube Business Accelerator, where I have different options for group and private coaching. This is for YouTube entrepreneurs who are ready to increase sales of their courses, coaching, and memberships, and more. Refine your strategies and offers with data-driven insights. Double your leads in 30 days with optimized funnels. That is no BS. I keep sharing all these testimonials of clients who literally have even done it in the first week. But these are the action takers. They're the people who are committed, they're dedicated, and they have a great reason. They have a very strong why for wanting to succeed in their niche. This is to help you boost not only traffic, but the right traffic to help grow your influence and your revenue. We talked today how you don't just want to drive any traffic. It's better to have 1,000 viewers who are your target audience, your ideal clients, versus 100K views of people who are not your target audience, people totally irrelevant. So that's what I help with. And ultimately, I help you create a life and business that's more in alignment with you and your mission. And so I have two main processes for how I guide people. I help people to establish that clarity, get into that flow of content so that they build a strong community around their channel, and that leads to the cash and the contribution that they want to make. When you're at a point when you've made cash and contribution on YouTube and you just want to amplify it, that's where the second process comes into play, where we review and refine your web pages and your offer. We drive YouTube traffic, we analyze the data, and we continue through that cycle, because especially you YouTube entrepreneurs who have been doing this for a while, you know that your business evolves and changes over time. And so you're going to go through a process where you continually review and refine your offers and your web pages, because let's say hypothetically you try to offer a membership, but let's say it's not in alignment with your ideal lifestyle, or maybe it's not in alignment with what your target audience wants and needs. Well, we can actually adjust that. So if you try out a membership and it's really draining, or it just doesn't feel as good as you want, then that's where we review and refine, and we drive the right traffic and analyze the data from there. So this is for you if you are a YouTuber or entrepreneur who knows in their gut that they are meant for greater success than they're already achieving. You are ready to ascend to that next level with unshakable conviction. You trust in yourself to take full responsibility, to show up, and to do the work. And also you are coming from a place of empowerment and enthusiasm. This is for you if you are looking for that right leader to guide you in doing all of this effectively. This is for you if you are ready to clean up energy leaks that are hindering your full power and abilities, because we are YouTubers and entrepreneurs, but we are also humans. So I was trying to go live yesterday where I was explaining how even if you've gotten success with this, our brain is actually programmed for fear, because that's how we survive. And so naturally we may be fearful, we may fall into imposter syndrome, and I'm here to help you clean up those energy leaks, to help you fully step into your confidence, and to help you be comfortable with all this. And this is for you if you intend on running a YouTube business that thrives on authenticity. So it's good to make money on YouTube, but if it doesn't personally fulfill you, Tony Robbins says that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And so we want to be our true selves, and that will make this whole journey so fulfilling and worth it. This is for you if you are absolutely committed to being a renowned expert and leading voice in your niche as well. And so I do have different levels of my guidance. My diamond comes with group and private coaching. Gold is just private coaching, and then silver is only group coaching. And so this is by application only. There's a link down below, And from there, you can apply and we can continue on the conversation for how I can best serve you. But this is a breakdown of all the different features that comes with all of them. Again, this is on that page down below. But I really, again, I cater to what you need and what will best be in service for you. Because some people, for example, I have clients in Dubai and Bali, and my group calls are at like 3 a.m. their time. And so that's not a good fit. And so that's why I have my gold for them. Some people really thrive on community, and that's why I offer my community and also my diamond, which comes with both. So there's a ton of support in this package. This isn't one of those groups or, one of those coaching programs where I forget about you. You're just a number among many people. No, I only work with a select number of people who are absolutely committed. If you're just dabbling or you're in this for the wrong reasons, I simply don't work with you, because I like to spend my time helping YouTubers and entrepreneurs who are on a mission for good and who are actually out to create a big difference, because I see that ripple effect. I don't like to waste my time with someone who is just going to quit after the first week, because it's a waste of my time and their time. So there's over $9,000 a month worth of value. I promise the investment is not that high. However, there is a link down below where you can apply, and I will help you to decide which one of these is best for you. And again, I have many different levels of my services. I even have a bronze level, which is more so for beginners if they're trying to, test the waters, see if this is a good fit for them. This one just comes with my training videos. And also there is the option for me to coach you along the way through Feedback Friday, where every weekend you can share with me any questions, any scripts, videos, or web pages that you've worked on, and I will respond to you with an in-depth Loom audio recording. You can actually sign right up for that. There's a link down below, and the course is $97, which is a bargain. One of my clients is saying, wow, Ari, you're giving this for $97. And I was like, yeah, I want to give people a taste of what they have to offer, truly. And also, I know what it's like to be in a tight financial situation. I started my YouTube channel and my business in my college apartment, and I actually got very resourceful, and I activated my creative and entrepreneurial spirit, and I actually came up with $10,000 for Tony Robbins Business Mastery. I know that not everyone has that time freedom, that flexibility, or that, creativity to really think outside the box like that, which is why I have this option available for those who may be in a tighter financial situation. Maybe they're just exploring this topic, because I genuinely want to help you where you're at. And I would give this away for free, but I know that people don't value what I give them for free. And so this will actually help you go through the course material and actually experience the transformation. And if you do want me to coach you along the way through Feedback Friday, again, there is that optional $197 a month. But yeah, I am here to serve you. If you have any questions, just let me know. This is my passion work. This is what I love to do. I absolutely love helping people who are just like you, who are very committed, genuine, coming from a good place, because again, I see that ripple effect. And this is more than just YouTube. This is more than just content. This is really like reaching people through a powerful vehicle, which is YouTube. Think of the world. Where is consumer attention? People are on YouTube, and those who are more energetically invested in a subject and in a niche, they're consuming long form videos. Yes, TikTok is great. Yes, Instagram and Facebook are great, but I find that there's more mindless scrollers on there. And so there's just so much value in building a business and a personal brand using YouTube. And so I'm more than honored to help you get there as well. I did build a 6-figure business around my channel very quickly after college. And it just really, I tell you that just so that you see the possibilities, what you can accomplish as well when you come from a good place and you're ready to do the work. So yeah, I'm here to serve you if you feel called for that. If you have any questions, you all know how to reach me. My email is down below. There's also that application, but I hope you got value from today. I've been going at this for over 2 hours, so I'm going to go eat lunch. But yeah, it's my pleasure, everyone, and I'll see you for the next time. Alrighty, bye.